What's up, y'all? I'm Hazit, and right now we're in Studio Siobhan right here in Portland, Oregon, and this is THEOREMATIC. Man, you know what? Rapping did come first. It's kind of weird because it started out with like beatboxing for like my cousin in like elementary school, but then, you know, around middle school, that's when I started writing, and I didn't have anybody to like do my beats. And so I was just like anybody else in that era, like pause button king with it, you know what I'm saying? And using my mom's records, just looping like, you know, breaks or whatever, and that's how it came about. And then like around the age of 14, one of my best friends' older brother started taking us to the studio, and that's when I like met the MPC and started doing it like that. So like rapping first, but beats became like a necessity. Like I started making beats out of like necessity. So. Yeah, I was really doing it by the time I got to Portland. I was touring a lot. I had no idea, like, he's silly. I had no idea, like, what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I had never flown on a plane before, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'd never been to Germany before. I was like tripping, you know what I'm saying?
So what was the tour? So you said when you was on tour, like what was the tour for?
It was for my first album.
Okay.
And to like go from your bedroom to like something like that, like I just didn't know how to like act. I wasn't prepared. I was just like, just made this at the crib, like.
So how did the first album come about, and how did it make it so you was going on tour?
Well, I opened up for Braille. He's an MC out of Portland. I opened up for him in Cincinnati, and I was shopping beats to him at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so that was all he knew me for. Like he just like, it's like, I didn't know you rhyme. Like, whoa, like, and he was like, I want to help you get your stuff out there. He wasn't talking about signing me. And then, you know, got the phone calls later, like, yo, I want to put out your project on my label. And I was in a group, and I was just like everybody else that's in the group. I was just like, nah, you can put my group on though. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I just want to deal with solo artists right now. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, and so I turned it down. By the third time he hit me up, I was just like, all right, I'll do an EP then, because
What time was this? Year-wise?
Man, this was 06, and I was just like, all I want to do is beats. And he was like, just do the EP, see how you feel. I started getting into the EP, and it was sounding pretty good, and I was just like, I think I want to make a whole album. I want to make it a full length. And so that's pretty much how that came about, man. He would like ask me about producers because he had connects. You know, he started out on this little indie label with Lil Brother and Cunning Linguist. so those were his label mates at the time, and so he was just like, you want to be from like Ninth Wonder? You want, like, have you heard of Platinum Pied Pipers? You want YG? You want? Yeah. And then he was like, what about S1? And I ain't know none of them, and I was just like, nah, I don't. So I was turning them down, yo. He's like, who do you want? I was like, High Tech. I want Dilla. I want Mad. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, stupid, yo. Anyway, like, so he sent me like beat CDs and stuff like that, and I just went through what I liked, and it turns out I really liked the R. He was like a producer out of Texas. And so like I was working with him, and I also did like my own production on there, and I'm still salty. Like I turned down YG and S1 and Ninth Wonder.
What was the name of that album?
Extra Credit.
Check it, I grew up a freaking screw up. Got introduced to gin and juice and drank till I threw up. Rebellious at the age of 14, I had dreams to be.
I followed up with a project called Lord Fire. Lord Fire was it was kind of like a duo album. Like my man on the beats and I was rhyming. The guy that did the production for that, his name is Vintage, and he did the I Just Want to Go Home song. And so, because that song was more of a success than any other song that I've done, I was just like, yo, we should do a project, you know. And we started working on it, put it out, and you know, it did what it did. It was dope. And I mean, I was like consistent. I kept putting out something like every year. And then I would say, right when I started working with like Elemento, I did like I produced a full project with him. That's when I really started to focus more on the beats. Yeah.
Check it, I grew up a freaking screw up. Got introduced to gin and juice and drank till I threw up. Rebellious at the age of 14, I had dreams to be an MC.
I met Redman like through a friend of mine named Ricky. He goes by DJ Tricky. Tricky is like always trying to like get me to do like something. Like at the time I was on a label, and they wanted me to remain exclusive, like not collaborate with anybody. And so one day like Tricky came to me with like the biggest project, but it was like, you know, all the OGs and legends on the project. He was just like, yo, I got him, I got Thoughts Effects, whatever, you know, Nine, Redman, like, and I had to turn it down. And this was like 09, 2010, something like that. Yeah, 2010, and time went on. I would say like 2013, 2014, he was like not doing music at the time. He was just like, I'm doing merch, and I'm doing Redman's merch. We're doing a tour. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in Canada. Canada's 5 hours away from here, like Vancouver, Canada. And he was just like, yo, you just come up here, I'll introduce you to Redman. And so I went up there and met Redman backstage, and you know, I had him do a drop. Had him do a drop for like a project I did with Cream of Beats, and it was called Monolith Monster. And you know, it was a tongue twister for him. He was looking back at me like, Monolith Monster? Oh, okay, yeah. And he did a drop for the album, and so, you know, 3 months later, Redman was doing a festival, and I got on the festival, but it's in Germany, and DJ Tricky hooked that up too. So I get out there, and I get backstage and in the green room or whatever, in the tent, and Method Man is just so not approachable. And so, and then I don't know if Doc was feeling the vibe or what, but like, I was just like, yo, what's up? He was just like, what's up? I was just like, what is that? He was like, a box. Like, he didn't want to be bothered. And I was just like, yo, it's me, Theory, you know, Monolith Monster. He was just like, oh yeah, Monolith Monster. So, and then I gave him a a jump drive, a flash drive that looks like MP60, full of beats. And I gave it to him, and he was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to this. Like, that's what's up. And I was just like, that's an MP6. He's like, I know what it is. My son's middle name is Akai. And I was just like, oh, that's what's up. Word, all right. He's like, these exclusives? I was just like, yeah. I was just like, nah, I know I sold some of them beats. I was just like, but yo, he ended up picking ones that weren't sold, thank God. And yeah, man, that's pretty much how it came about. He would update me on who was writing to what and what he was gonna use officially. And then like, once I started sending stems, you know, he started sending checks, so yeah. I'm trying to finish this album, yo. I'm trying to finish this album I have with my partner Dane. He's out of New Orleans. So he's on the beats, and I'm rhyming, and it has like this more of a JD feel to it, like early JD, you know, almost like the Yancey Boys sound, and basically just getting back into like story mode and like really challenging like whoever's like listening, you know what I'm saying, with like some different stuff, not just rhyming, you know what I'm saying, not just like just kicking raps out, you know, but yeah, actually just kind of like ruffling some feathers, and name of the project is I Love It Down Here. It should be like, I should be wrapping it up soon, but I try to like, you know, like finish it up, but then I get a call and I have to work on somebody else's stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like so far the project features YU and from Diamond District, and Don Will, Tanya Morgan, Libretto. I think that's it. But like Don Will's all over it. He's like my ghost face. Oh man, it feels good, man. I don't think it's fair. You know, sometimes I don't think it's fair. Like to like set your own hours and do whatever you want to do and do it when you get ready. I'm just saying, like, it feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be able to like be available. I feel like, you know, if my daughter gets out of school early, you know what I'm saying, I can just stop what I'm doing and just go get her, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Somebody needs help with anything. Yeah, it just, you know, I'm available. Like, it frees up time. I knock stuff out, a lot of stuff out at night, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's definitely dope, man. It's a blessing for sure, because I don't mind working, but I don't like the getting up at the same time every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, 6 in the morning every day to like, not to knock anybody who does, but like, I just didn't like it. I'll still do it. Don't get me wrong. I'll still do it if I have to, but yeah.